Adventure, thrill, the great outdoors. It's a calling many of us can relate to, but often hesitate to answer. Just last weekend, I took the plunge quite literally into the heart pounding world of river rafting. Guided by the exceptional Michelle from Wilderness Tours, my girlfriends and I had an exhilarating experience that was more than just a battle against rapids. It was about pushing boundaries, embracing nature, and truly feeling empowered. Today, I have the pleasure of chatting with Katie Kowalski, a pivotal force behind Wilderness Tours. Born and raised on the river, her journey has been nothing short of extraordinary, from being a 7-time Canadian freestyle kayak team member to now being a mom to a beautiful 2-month-old girl. She joins me now to share why you need to take the plunge too. Welcome to What She Said, Katie.
Thank you so much for having me, Candace.
So, for those who are unfamiliar, could you just briefly describe what whitewater rafting is and what makes it such an exhilarating experience?
Yeah, of course. So it is a guided trip down the river. We offer everything from a milder adventure to more extreme. And so it is a inflatable raft where you can come as a single, as twos, and our rafts fit all the way up to 12 people. And so depending on the different trip that you choose. And so you'll spend the day going down a fun set of whitewater through all the different rapids and finally finishing at our base.
Okay, so let's break down those different types of tours because when I did it with my girlfriends, we did the high adventure, but that is a medium intensity. So people might get to your website and get a little bit confused with that. So can you just sort of break down what it means from, say, low intensity to high and what the different options are?
Yeah, of course. So we have, as you mentioned, we have low intensity, and that's where and family rafting as well. So we can take kids as young as 5 and 50 pounds. And then we move on to our middle intensity, which is what you did. So it is called our high adventure. And that's originally because that kind of was the most extreme until we added another more extreme option on top of that. So there really is something for everybody. Like I've mentioned, you can start as young as 5 and 50 pounds. And then our more medium intensity starts at 13 and 90 pounds. And then we have our most intense as well. So there is always option for those very much thrill seekers out there.
So somebody is watching this video right now and they're thinking, there is no way I simply couldn't do this. It's too scary. What would you say to them?
I would say that we have phenomenal staff and river guides. We've been operating since 1975, so we know the section of river that we raft incredibly well. We do it all summer long for many, many years, and it is something that is should be on everybody's bucket list at least once, if not multiple times. But as mentioned, it is something that we take very young children to, so it is extremely safe as far as river rafting goes. The Ottawa River specifically is a very warm river. Every single rapid ends in a nice, big, deep, calm pool of water at the end as well. So there's lots of time to jump out at the end of the rapids and swim and have fun along the way. We even offer lazy river tubing now as well. So if you think you might want to go into rafting, but you want to kind of get your feet wet first, that is a great option as well before you do the whitewater rafting.
Let's talk about how the river changes seasonally. Is there a more exciting time to go? Less exciting? Warmer? Colder? How's that change?
So again, what's great about the Ottawa is that there is great rapids all year round. Even when the lowest of lows that we've ever seen, there is still so much flow here on the Ottawa River, which makes it an incredible rafting river. However, in the springtime, we do have higher water. The water is obviously a little bit colder. We offer complimentary wetsuits in May because the water tends to be a little bit colder. And then as the water changes and we get into through mid-June, it turns on to almost into bathwater temperature. It is a very, as you would have known, it's very nice, reasonable temperatured water, and the water does drop and get lower throughout the summer, but the rapids still stay as exciting, which is really neat.
So not only did I bring my best friends with me on this trip, I brought my daughter and a couple of her friends. And what they said to me when they got back was that they couldn't believe they went 6 hours without their phones. They were blown away. And they said how good it felt because it really does feel good to reconnect with nature when you're out there on the river. So it's not just about the rapids. What are the other things you can see along the river?
Yeah, so again, that's kind of one of my big pitches for folks that do want to get out is that it is the best part about the trip is you're fully engaged with the group of people that you're out there with. You leave your phone at home. We have somebody that follows you down with a video camera, so we're capturing all the amazing content along the way, so you can leave that phone at home. And then you also get to experience the beautiful sceneries, as you can see behind me as well. The river is incredible, but there's just forest around you the entire time. You'll see lots of different wildlife, a lot of eagles, osprey, a lot of different fish that are kind of jumping in and around the rafts at time. You might see a deer swim across the river. It is very neat.
And you also have a really strong emphasis on sort of women empowerment in outdoor adventures. And a lot of women working at Wilderness Tours are a guide, obviously yourself, and there are lots of others. So, uh, what does that look like for women at Wilderness Tours? And do you actively go out and try to encourage women to become guides?
100%. Yeah, so the majority of our management team actually at Wellness Tours is female, which is great. And we have a good, strong staff that are also female, whether that they are river guides or whether they work in an off-river position with us as well. So yeah, we really do strive to get more females in the whitewater industry and in the outdoor industry as well. Unfortunately, right now it's probably about 25% female to 75% male, but we are always trying to tip that scale towards more the 50-50.
Okay. So, for people who are watching, then, why don't you break down what it looks like to book themselves a trip with Wilderness Tours?
Of course. So, a couple different options in how to get there. So, you can always check out our website, which is wellnesstours.com. We do multiple different offerings, everything from you could just come for the day or you could stay overnight with us. We have lots of different accommodations or camping options. We have a full resort, so full meal program, licensed bar, volleyball courts, beautiful beachfront. So you can either come for the day or you can stay the weekend or full. We have guests who stay with us for a full week doing everything from sea kayaking to guided mountain bike tours. Or you can call our office as well. And all our office staff are incredible. They can walk you through the different programs and packages that we offer and really figure out what is best for your group.
All right, wonderful. And you also share a lot on social media. So, what are your social media channels?
So yes, at Wilderness. So Wilderness Tours is our Instagram, as well as we have Facebook. Lots of different, always good content coming out because as you can imagine, the thrill of going whitewater rafting is able to capture some really cool content out there. And yeah, so Facebook, Instagram. We have a kayak program as well called Ottawa Kayak School, where we teach everybody to kayak from a 2-day program, 3-day, 5-day. So those little plastic Tupperware containers that you might have seen while you were out on the river. So we do have a kayak school program as well. So there really is something for everybody here at Wellness Tours.
Actually, and before I forget, you have accommodations. I almost forgot to mention that because I was blown away.
Yeah.
You've got this new sort of village with glamping tents and places for campers and cabins. It's fantastic. So maybe expand a little bit just about on that for people who are coming from out of town.
Yeah, as mentioned, you can either come for the day, but a lot of the people from the Toronto area, especially because you are driving about 4 hours, that we do have different packages where you can stay for multiple days. So you can get camping included, or we do have glamping tents. We have cabins that sleep anywhere from 4 to 12 people because we do get a lot of bachelorette parties, family reunions. So we do have larger accommodations as well.
All right, incredible. Katie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me.